The Palindrome. Once upon a time, in a village in South India, lived a boy called Tenali Raman. Raman was a very clever and good-looking boy, but he got on everyone's nerves. He was quite irreverent and would even mock the elders of the village. They caught hold of Raman's mother and warned her that her son would come to a sticky end if she did not take him in hand. The poor lady did not know what to do. She found a holy man who was a teacher and sent Raman off to study with him. So Raman went off to study. Now, Raman was actually quite good at his lessons. His teacher was very pleased with him. Finally, one day the teacher told Raman,
"Well, I have taught you all I can. Now you must go out into the world and seek your fortune."
"But,"
said Raman,
"I still do not know what I can do for a living. How will I face my mother?"
His teacher then taught him a mantra and told him to recite it at the nearby temple 3,000,000 times.
"If you concentrate and recite it sincerely,"
he said,
"the goddess with her 1,000 heads will reveal herself to you. Ask her to guide you about what occupation you can take up in life."
So the next day, Raman got up early, bathed in the river, and wore new clothes. He then set off to recite the mantra at the temple. He stood in front of the deity at the temple and began chanting the mantra. When Raman had chanted the mantra 3,000,000 times, the goddess revealed herself to him in all her glory. Raman looked at her in awe, but was quite unafraid. Suddenly a thought struck Raman, and he burst into laughter. The goddess had never seen a mortal who was not only not terror-struck by her form, but also had the temerity to laugh at her. She felt quite insulted and thundered,
"You puny mortal! How dare you laugh at me? What do you find so funny?"
Raman tried to control himself and finally uttered these words between gusts of laughter.
"I was just wondering,"
he gasped,
"what do you do when you have a cold? We mortals find it so difficult with one nose and two hands. How on earth do you manage with 1,000 runny noses?"
The goddess was furious.
"Because you've dared to laugh at me.
She cursed.
You will earn your living as a jester, a Vikat Kavi. That is the occupation I give you."
"Oh, that's great,"
he said.
"That is an interesting occupation, whichever way you say it. It's a palindrome. V-K-T-K-V. It reads the same left to right and right to left."